Welcome to Hey That's Me, a commentary podcast. I'm Patrick Kottner.
I am Brian Lynch. Patrick, what is this podcast about?
Brian, it's a podcast where we do audio commentaries on movies and TV shows with people who worked on them who never got to talk about them at any in-depth version of it.
Well, why not? I want to hear what they have to say.
Maybe they didn't do an audio commentary on the Blu-ray with anyone, or maybe they just didn't do it with these people.
Man, if only there was a way for them to do one now.
I got great news, Brian.
What?
That's what this podcast is.
Oh.
Brian, today, you ever seen the TV show 30 Rock?
Have I seen the show 30 Rock?
Yeah.
I love the show 30 Rock.
Guess what?
What?
I recorded an episode of 30 Rock. This is the second episode of 30 Rock that I recorded with writer Tami Sagher.
Oh, I wasn't there for this one.
You weren't. I did it in New York a few months ago.
Yeah.
This is season 3, episode 9, Retreat to Move Forward.
Oh.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I had a lot of questions about this one.
Jack brings Liz to a Six Sigma conference.
Yep.
And hilarity ensues.
I had so many things I wanted to know about this.
Do you want to listen to it and see if I asked any of them?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's listen to it right now.
All right, go sync it up. It's on Peacock. I think it's on Netflix still. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Tami, we're here.
Hello.
Retreat to Move Forward.
So that joke, there were so many jokes when you are writing an episode that come from the room or, come later. But calling it Retreat to Move Forward, I remember coming up with that while I was writing the episode and being thrilled. I was meeting with my friend Ed Herbstman, who's hilarious, in a cafe. And it was so scary to write these episodes because the standard was incredible. And it's just literally like Robert Carlock and Tina.
Yeah.
But Carlock would turn in these scripts where you're like, I don't know how to pitch on this.
Sure.
Actually, the last episode we talked about Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, and I feel like that too is why it was such a big deal for me, because it was a Carlock script.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So when I remember just talking to Ed and being like, I don't know what to call this thing. And I just remember coming up with a list, and I remember saying to him, like, Retreat to Move Forward, and him being like, yep. And then and then the fact that it stayed was a huge deal for me.
There's a lot of cutaway gags in this one specifically. Yeah. Is there ever a point where they're like, hey, chill it on the gags because no, because you got to build a new set each time, and you got to it's so much. It feels like it's so much work to do those cutaway gags.
I feel like that set just now it was like a cutaway to the retreat, and I think we just would do it.
Okay.
So it wasn't like full builds. For the retreat itself, we went to a hotel.
Okay.
And this was post-strike, although I think the first season, the strike happened in the middle. And I remember that too, because the hotel, we were initially going to film at a hotel and even went there, and there were striking workers outside.
Oh, wow.
And Tina was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And moved to a different hotel, which was wild to do day of and all that setup.
Sure.
And she was like, yeah, we're not doing that.
That's
which
great.
Was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you executive story editor? Is that what your title was?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What does that mean for people who don't know?
Honestly, they're just, you get bumped up so those titles they're specifically in the guild. So, you start staff writer, then story editor, then executive story editor, then co-producer, producer, supervising producer, and then I think co-EP, and then EP. And the line between co-EP and EP is blurry.
Sure.
And a little I think related to agent.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is there's also different rates, and so maybe I started story editor, and then this year I was executive story editor. And it's something also that's it negotiated when you initially sign on.
Yeah.
So this episode was directed by Steve Buscemi, and who also was like, is it Buscemi or Buscemi? And he's like, I don't care.
Great.
I was like, great. Amazing.
Yeah.
But also, which one is it? Okay, so I'm a huge Buscemi fan and have been since I was a teenager. And I saw some Jim Jarmusch movie that he'd been in. I want to say Mystery Train.
Sure. Yeah.
And was obsessed with him. This diabetes.
There you go.
Yeah. this
meant a lot to a young Patrick with diabetes.
Did it really?
Look, Patrick and Tracy had diabetes. You know?
I think Tracy really did have diabetes. I think this was around like a lot of stuff was very inspired from real, and also was not at the time was maybe not the best at taking care of it. I think,
sure,
but also hilarious. And Chris Parnell's a genius.
So funny.
So Steve Buscemi was the directing, and I think this might have been his first episode of 30 Rock that he directed.
Oh wow.
I had made a real fool out of myself with him years and years earlier. So there was a party at Chateau Marmont. I want to say it was like Maya Rudolph and maybe Rachel Dratch's birthday party. And I knew Dratch from Second City. Sure. And my dear friend Rachel Hamilton was really close with Dratch. So I went with her to this party. And it was, of course, the most famous people in the world.
Yes. And Chateau Marmont on top of that.
Oh,
so you're
like, all of it.
It's Hollywood.
All of it. So I'm there. And it's nice because I know some of the people from SNL.
Yeah.
But then Steve Buscemi is there. And I was like, oh, my God. And my friend Rachel Hamilton is amazing at talking to people. Yeah. Just has always been like that. And so she's like, I'll talk to him and then I'll bring you over. And I was like, thank you. So she goes and talks to him. And then she like calls me over and she's like, Steve, he's here filming like Spy Kids 3 or something. And I was like, I said, you were a fireman this is like one of the first things I said to him. Like I literally came over. I was like, you were a fireman at 9/11? And my best friend was a police officer. He graduated at 9/11. Like his rookie class was out there. And Steve, because he had been like a volunteer fireman and then went back to like help out. Yes. And Steve was like, oh, okay. And I was just so mortified. Yeah. It was such like I honestly think that was the first thing I said. And it was mortifying.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It definitely happens sometimes where you're talking to someone very famous and you start a sentence and you go, oh no, I can't finish this sentence. Like, I know where this is going and why did I say this? Why did I say this?
Yes. Yeah. This was a lead off. And I don't know that I realized it was as bad as it was until I finished the sentence. And then it was very short. So I was very concerned about sitting next to him. And he could not have been nicer. And it was one of the very best experiences I've ever had.
Great. That's great.
And then in day 5, okay, wait. So should I be talking about what's happening now? So day 5, Paul Newman had died around this time, or maybe a little earlier. And there was some article with all these like amazing Paul Newman stories, including I'm worried about the crinkle.
She's taking my receipt away.
Yeah. I really just did that. This is the episode where
Jackie Jormchop.
Yes. Jackie Jorm. Oh my God. We must have spent at least an hour coming up with
that name.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paul Newman is dead. We're setting the scene here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. So they just showed a list of all the conferences that were happening. And that was something like we pitched on some. Like the art department, there was this amazing Yvonne Mojica. Actually, the whole art department I adored. And they came up with a bunch of names. But that was also something that was like approved,
Wow. Sure.
and gone over.
Yeah. Well, they don't want dumb jokes, and then they get blamed for those dumb jokes. Yeah, of course.
So if you pause that, I guarantee
this is peak TiVo too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe I still have a poster from this.
That's great.
Also, I will give you if you want, like a really funny because there's all these like motivational postcards. Yeah, this was fun. That character's name is Prashant Bhargava. He was named for a friend of mine from high school.
Amazing.
Also because I think it's just an amazing name.
Yeah.
Prashant Bhargava. And I always try to look for it. He was also a great director. Okay, so Paul Newman died.
Yes.
There were amazing stories.
Yes.
Like this woman, like he had lived in some town and everybody knew, like in Connecticut, and everybody
Southern
was like, we're going to be cool if we see him. Yeah. So this woman saw him at an ice cream shop and was like, I'm going to be cool. So she got her cone and she got her change. And then she went outside and, you know, she had her change in her hand and she couldn't find her ice cream cone. And then Paul Newman came out and was like, it's in your purse. She had put the ice cream cone in her purse. She just like looked at him, put her ice cream cone in her purse.
That's great.
And carried her change. And like, just, I told him that story of like, because he was saying Paul Newman was like the one person that he was super nervous around. Sure. And he had done something and like made a fool of himself. And I told him that story. And then, and this was day 5 at this point, and like we were buddies. Sure. Yeah, and he had even like given me a thank you card in a book, which is framed.
Yeah,
the nicest. And so I told him the story of you were a fireman and my friend was a police officer. And that was such a great, like.
Did he have any memory of it?
No.
Of course not. Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That's so funny.
But it was such a relief to have that actually. You never have the kind of closure.
No. Unless you're Connor Ratliff with Tom Hanks.
Oh, yes.
That's like the one time where that happens.
100%. Yeah. Yes, of course.
My dad was trained in Six Sigma.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? And it's the thing that Jack always talks about. And it was literally something where my whole family was like, we don't know what this is. Like, you keep talking. And then it showed up in this and we were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, because it was a GE thing. Did your dad work for GE?
No, he worked in the healthcare industry.
Yeah, no, it was again inspired by something real.
Yeah.
GE.
But it was just very funny to like hear it in the wild on something that I liked.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, what did your dad do?
He worked for the healthcare companies.
Oh, you just said that. Yeah. But like executive of some kind.
Something.
Yeah.
I should know. I should know.
It is the dumbest name.
Yes.
It is 100%.
So
clearly.
And it's so vague.
Well, it's the name that announces this is bullshit.
Yes.
Oh, that was the first, maybe the only episode that Frank and Jenna hook up.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it like to write that? The fans were clamoring for it for years.
No, I'm horrible at writing sex scenes. And I also get like all blushy. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm being so dirty. And then it'll be read and it'll be like, he holds her hand. Like, it's really embarrassing, but I get really blushy.
That's so funny. Were there characters that you liked writing for more than others?
I don't think so. I mean, Tina was a blast, and I definitely felt like I identified with her the most, but also like, you know, she's so brilliant that you're also like, everybody could.
Yeah. They're also specific and they've got their things, which is very helpful, I'm sure.
No, it was really one of those things where, it's even if when they're super funny characters, you kind of need them to want something or else they are just telling jokes. And it doesn't work when they're just telling jokes.
Sure.
You know, it's funnier when they are when what they're funny reflects on them or reflects on the situation. Yeah. If it's just a joke, then it rings false. Sure. So that was what was nice too. I mean, I've known McBrayer since my early 20s, I want to say. Wow. And like when we were in an improv team together. Yeah. So it was always a joy to write for him.
Sure.
Because talk about a specific voice.
It's got to be so exciting.
Okay. So this scene where she shows up with 2 plates, there was some line in it that didn't work. Oh, I think at the end of the scene, we didn't have a button for it. And we were like in this hotel room, and I remember being like Karlak and Tina and Baldwin and just being like, what is the line? What's the line? And me just feeling so bad because it's my episode and I don't have it. Yeah. And I remember Alec being like, fix this on your own or something. And I was like, oh my God. And then realizing he was pitching that as a line. But I was so... Yes. It was exactly what I was afraid of hearing.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the exact line, but it was very much.
I mean, that's terrifying. Fix this on your own is like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It was definitely something not exactly that, but that was what I heard.
Yes.
And I just remember, because also there were also other people in the room just being so mortified and terrified and feeling like, oh, he sees me.
Yeah.
And he did not. He was pitching a line for the end of the scene.
Yeah.
But he was saying it in that intense Jack Donaghy way. So
would you guys ever like reshoot stuff if something didn't work? You probably didn't have time, right?
I don't know that we had time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, there definitely fixed stuff in the ADR. You would do a lot of stuff in editing and come up with different lines in ADR and just film it that way. But I don't remember full loss.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it happened.
How many sound stages were you on? Was it just one? Yeah, I don't know. Because this set feels big.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's probably more than one area. But
like, Silver Cup is like one big stage. So we were definitely on a few.
Yeah.
We were definitely on a few. And so like refilming anything around here wouldn't be hard because it exists. But I think that's also what was like in the previous episode when I talked about like them getting a shot wrong and thank God I was there. Like that would have been a huge hassle because that was not a standing set. And those, those are extras.
Yeah.
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 This was fun to write. I remember writing this and talking Silkwood Shower, which I feel like is kind of trope now. But at the time, I remember it was a little not as commonly used.
Sure.
And like that was, I remember that being Prashant and High Head. What happens in Croton-on-Hudson stays in Croton-on-Hudson. Yeah, I remember just having fun writing the Jenna Frank hookup scenes.
Yeah.
Those were really fun to write.
Such a funny combo of people.
Oh, that was our actual sound guy, Griffin.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So Tina would do that too with like the hair person, Guy.
Yeah.
He's actually a wonderful, wonderful actual hair person. He's so great. He works a ton. His name is Guy. He is truly hilarious.
That's amazing.
So the French one. So she used him. And just now with the sound thing was our sound guy, Griffin.
The line between real and fake on this show, I feel like, is so loose, so it's always fun when it's like, that's a real person.
The fakest was like what the writer's room was.
Yeah.
That was not at all like what it was like.
Positively or negatively?
No, they just never did any work.
Yeah,
we were constantly
I guess that's true.
We were constantly working. And like real writer's room, like you'd go off to your office for sketch shows. Like eventually too, there was the returning character of the maintenance.
Oh, sure.
Subas
was that his name? Yeah,
he was real. He really worked at Silver Cup. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That was really Subas. Yeah,
he like gets an episode named after him.
No, he was wonderful.
That's amazing,
and he did so good. Like it's also a thing of like, it's not like when you write it, you're like, oh, you're going to be in it for years.
Yeah.
It's like you show up and then you're great. And so you keep,
and then you get an episode named after you. That's what happens.
It feels so wild to see these people making out. I feel like that doesn't happen nowadays.
Sure,
that we just see two actors for the episode just making out. Oh, this was funny.
Yeah, I mean he's so good on this show. I'm not a hot take, but he's very good on this show.
He's wonderful.
Yeah,
this is him. He's in the bathroom psyching himself up, and his microphone is on. This episode, you know what? Now I'm remembering we broke it, and I wrote it, and it didn't work. And it was one of those things where it was like we had to re-break.
Oh wow.
This A storyline. It just didn't work the way it was. I don't remember what way it was.
Yeah.
But I remember coming up with in the room, like this whole thing with the microphone and all that. That this was the new version of it. And it was I seem to remember like the old version was much more convoluted and about, you know, the Six Sigma thing itself, and it realizing like, oh, we need to make this about much more about the two of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that it's wild how something can change that completely in a matter of like, and we're on a time crunch.
And just that there's a whole other alternate universe script out there for this kind of thing. How often did that happen where you would just like toss a script? Maybe
so
not
the
fully
whole
tossed,
script wasn't tossed, just that. And it was to re-break stuff. It would happen.
Yeah.
It would happen. And there were parts it could be used, but that thing of like, we need a new, like that happens a bunch where you realize when you write something like, oh, the problem is in the breaking.
Sure.
Yeah. So she just sacrifices herself for this.
So at the end of this season, do you go to How I Met Your Mother?
No, I went to Bored to Death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it hard to leave this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the next show that I went to, like I told you before, like the writing schedule for this was really, really, really hard. And then I got to Bored to Death, and that was a tiny room, and we met. Jonathan Ames is a genius, and we met like at a brownstone. It turns out he and I lived just a couple blocks from each other.
Great.
And we met in like the brownstone that was like 3 blocks from me. And
cool.
And my dog got to be an extra in an episode.
Great. That's great.
Like, so it was obviously this is an incredible show.
Yeah.
And so fucking funny. And again, like you get anybody on it. And I mean, the quality of this show is wild.
Yeah.
But I landed in an amazing, like Bored to Death with Ted Danson.
Yeah.
And
and
Jason
Zach
Schwartzman and Zach Galifianakis. Like it couldn't have been a one, you know, it was so cool.
Yeah.
And, you know, and also so different. So I've been so lucky to be able to write on things that are so tonally
that is nice.
Different.
Because I mean, from Mad TV to Bored to Death is like a huge chasm, I feel like, in terms of like how things are.
Psych in there too. And Lucky Louie, like all of it was. And then to keep going, like after Bored to Death was How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Like everything. And then the great, like, you know, Orange is the New Black. Like that is one thing that I feel so fortunate with my career. Yeah. As I've gotten to work tonally.
It's a good
different
career.
Things.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Did I answer any of them?
All my questions are answered.
Oh, that's great.
I got nothing. I don't need to know anything else about anything ever again.
Who's your favorite 30 Rock character?
Oh gosh. Oh boy. Well, Chris Parnell's.
Leo Spaceman.
Yes, but also, I mean, Liz is one of the rare leads that's maybe the funniest to me.
Yeah.
God. But then Baldwin's is great. Jack is really good. I don't know. Who's yours?
Don Geiss. Rip Torn.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie boy.
Kermit was there for...
Kermit was there?
Kermit was at his funeral.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Kermit the Frog was at his funeral.
I forgot about that. He gets buried in carbonite.
Yeah.
They freeze him.
I lit up when Kermit popped up on 30 Rock. But of course, that show, of course. Why not? Why isn't Kermit living? Yes, he is. Remember Kermit had a cameo in Mr. Megurium's Wonder Emporium?
I do remember.
I was so excited.
Is Oscar in that? No, Oscar's in Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum 2 with Darth Vader.
Yes.
It's the coolest 2-shot I've ever seen.
Yes.
Wow, we're really going off on a tangent. 30 Rock is great. I also love McBrayer. And then Jane is great too. Tracy, .com and Grizz. It's great. Do you know that the minute
Josh Gerard,
but then Scott adds it.
That's it. Yeah.
The guy with the funny hats. So one time when we were watching 30 Rock, on the first time they ever did Werewolf Bar Mitzvah,
Tammy wrote Werewolf Bar Mitzvah.
Oh, that's great. And the minute I saw it, I had my laptop on my lap, which is great. Which is where it should be. And I went to GoDaddy and I reserved werewolfbarmitzvah.com and I got it. And then I didn't do anything with it, and I let it lapse, and now it's worth a lot of money.
Oh, that's great.
But I was very proud of myself,
Yeah, Tammy wrote Werewolf Bar Mitzvah.
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
Spooky, scary.
Spooky, scary. Boys becoming men.
Man becoming wolf.
Thank
thank you so much for listening.
No problem, Patrick. I'm on the show. Why wouldn't I give it a listen?
Go get Brian's Blu-ray Big Helium Dog.
Go get Patrick's Blu-ray Rise of Skywalker.
It's called I'm George Lucas Connor Ratliff Story. Check us out on Instagram. Go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/commentary. Rate, review us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you do all that kind of stuff. And you know, if you go to the Patreon, just toss a few bucks our way, and we appreciate it a lot.
Also, go to Cameron Crowe's Instagram and message him that he should be on our podcast.
Oh, boy, that's dangerous.
Why? There's like 5 listeners. We're fine.
That's not true. I see the numbers. You don't see the numbers.
Why are people really going to bother Cameron
There's more
Crowe?
than 5 listeners.
Ask politely, but definitely do this.
Ask politely.
What's going to happen?
I don't know. We'll find out next week.
Oh, cliffhanger.
Bye, Brian.
Blorpo. Out.
Thanks for listening to Hey That's Me Commentary Podcast. This has been a That Was Just So Funny production. Your hosts have been Brian Lynch and Patrick Hotner. Music was by Alex Peabody and our art was by Abigail Noy. You can find out more about the show by going to heythat'smepod.com and checking out our Patreon at patreon.com/commentary. If you've enjoyed the show, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Please tell your friends about this show.
No.